Hey, today we will see how to create a master detail form in Apex using one table that has a primary key and the second table which has a foreign key referring to the primary key from the master table. Okay, so I'm taking this example from Northwind, that's a Microsoft SQL database that I have migrated to Oracle for a few of these kind of tests. Okay, so just walk you through the structure of the table so that you will understand this table was been modified in a way that many of the constraints were been removed from that one. Okay, it has limited constraints right now, like right now only one, okay, which was having multiple constraints while it was been imported from migrated from actually from Microsoft SQL environment. The actual table is here, just in case if you are interested to see that one. This is the table and it has these many constraints. So what I did, like, I created another table from that one. I removed all the constraints and kept it minimal and created the details part also, like the details. Here this is a table, okay, which has only one constraint, that is a foreign key, which is referring the table, that table what I created against the original table, that xx underscore orders. Anyhow, for the EBS environments, Oracle says that all the custom objects, they must be starting with xx, okay, so the prefix, so that it can be easily identified. Anyhow, these are the tables. Okay, this has I think approximately 833 lines, and the order details table, it has around 2164 or 65 lines. Okay, so those for the beginning. Okay, those are for the, what you can say, something like, yeah, these are the orders which I saved, that it didn't save the order ID. Anyhow, we will go to those kind of details later stages. I just came to see those lines. Anyhow, so we'll start with creating a new Apex application, okay, and then we will go direct straight away into the master detail form, okay. And this is basically, like, I'm not at all experienced with the Apex development. I'm going to learn it, and I was been always working with Oracle forms and reports and many other things like PHP, ASP, and all kind of things. And I never liked them, PHP and ASP, in a way that, because it's a hell lot of efforts are required to create a master detail form. On the other hand, when you're using Oracle forms, it's, as if you're an Oracle developer, you know that, like, how easy you can create a master detail form. So let us just start. Okay, so here I'm going to create a new application. As you could see, that I was been keeping on trying to figure out certain things. And as usual, I always say that, okay, you shouldn't be copying these kind of things to the production environment. You should be following the standard ways of creating the steps, okay, with all the tables having primary keys, so that you don't have to really, like, waste your time trying to find out new kind of alternatives, workarounds, like what I do over here. Okay, so just create, like, I'm keeping, like, there are two applications, OMS Lab 02 and OMS Lab 03. Actually, I was supposed to, like, the 0 is missing from the name. It doesn't make much sense. Okay, but the difference over here. So anyhow, let us just start a new application that I'm going to name it as OMS Lab 04 and create the application. Okay, and the first thing first, okay, we'll just go to the shared components and authentication scheme. We will just add another one, and we will call it as no log, no authentication, and pick up the no authentication from here. So then I have to each time log in to use the application, create the authentication scheme. Once it is done, just go to the no authentication and make it as current. Okay, so that's it. Now the application will not ask you for username and password. That's it, it's done. Okay, so let us just go back. Here we are going to add one more page. Okay, that's actually a master detail form. We can create it manually, and now here we'll be using the wizard, okay, which is readily available, and we will take the advantage of that one. So just click on the master detail and then click drill down. Okay, drill down gives you a facility to list all the rows from the master table, then open the master detail form to edit it or create new records. Okay, so let's just see like how exactly it works. Orders, drill down, and the first table, that's a master table, you just take it over here, that's access orders, and just click next. Will not, the primary key column is already taken, and now this is how exactly you want to order the rows. Okay, so we'll be using the order ID to order them, and click next. And here the details page definition. Okay, here you can give an name, drill down, details, whatever it is, and now you select the table name, that's order details, which has all the lines. Click on it. Now as I said, like this table doesn't have a primary key, it has only one foreign key, so I'm going to pick it up. Okay, order ID, that's a foreign key over here, and this is actually going to create, like, give us some kind of a hurdle, okay, because it's not going to save your data, okay, when you are trying to save the new information. So let us just take it, and here order ID, this is a master and detail relationship, okay, and the create the page. So the page is created. I will just try to run it. So it runs, it comes over here, and let us just see what are the latest information what we have over here. I'll just go here, open an existing order, and these are the things. So now we have one line in this order, and we will try to create another line, 28 15 15.50, these all the lines, and apply the changes. We'll just go and try to open that same order once again, and see now that row is not been saved. Okay, this is because that order that the detail table doesn't have a primary column. Okay, even though we are assigning the order ID as the primary column, it's not going to get that value saved in that particular column while it's been trying to be inserted. Okay, so you will able to see the data one more row over here, okay, which is having null. Over here, okay, these all the lines I tried to save. Okay, these all the lines whatever I have tried to save, then none of them have the required details over here. Okay, as you could see that, okay, this is not having order ID value or any other values over here. It just inserts a null or an empty row into the table. Okay, so this is what we want to do, right? Okay, so what we are going to do now, right? Okay, so we'll just go back to the application and edit the page from here. We will check the processes that the wizard has created automatically over here. There are two processes, one process, and this is the second one for the the detail area. So there are two things, okay, which are these are basically this is more than enough for you to save the data if you are having a primary key for the details table. So to assign the missing value to the order ID in the order details table, what we are going to do, we are going to create another process. We will create a new process, give it as name, assign order, assign order ID to details table for all rows, and we will keep it as it is. Editable region, select the drill down details region here, begin, and order id is equal to, what was the page number? That's a p3 underscore order id, and hit save it. Okay, and the most important thing is you have to move this process above the drill down details save interactive grid data DML portion. Okay, so before the process runs, you have to assign the value to each and every other row. That means like every row will have the order ID value for the details table. Okay, now we have moved that one, save it. Once again, we'll go back to the drill down and drill down details, and I think it is from another application, so let us just go back. We'll open the same order once again, so it has one line. You will just come over, we'll add another row, and we'll just put 28, 10, 10, and 25. So to see whether it really works, let us just go back and see. Now we have the data over here. I purposely kept the discount at 0.25 so that I can identify the row. So what happens is when your table, the detailed table, is not having a primary key, it fails to save it. It fails to fetch the rest of the things, even though you have everything. Like it is picking the value. If you'll see that the detailed portion, the column, go and check the order ID. It is picking up the value over here. The P3 order ID, it is picking up default value. It is picking up, but it's still not passing to the DML process. Okay, so we have been we've been addressing that particular scenario by adding one more process and asking the save mechanism to process it in a way that it will assign the value to order ID in each and every other row. So this is how I was trying to do the steps. Okay, it's not at all standard way of doing things. I don't know whether this is really legal, like whether this is a certificated way of doing things. Okay, but I always like to find out some kind of alternatives, some kind of hacks. Okay, so that like I just love doing them. So this is one of the things what I have done. It is for my own learning purposes. Okay, maybe we can use it somewhere else. I don't know, because as I said, like just started with the Apex development. I'm not very sure about okay whether this is a right way to do the thing. I just wanted to share with you because I found it like very interesting. I spent like almost 1.5 day as my last system. I didn't take a backup. I figured it out last time also, and I forgot about how to do it. So this time anyhow, like once after doing 3 4 after developing 3 or 4 applications, then I figured it out. Like this is how I did it last time. I have I hope that a few of the developers, okay, they are going to make the maximum advantage of it. Thank you guys.